Welcome to Monkey Love Travel. My name is Jason. Today we're going to talk about 15 Royal Caribbean money saving secrets that could save you thousands on your next cruise. Let's get into it.
Monkey love, oh monkey love, travel. Pack your bags, let's hit the gravel.
So, first, one of the best things you can do is to cruise early in the season. They're less crowded, they're less expensive, not just on the cruise price, but also in the tourist areas that you're planning on going. You can likely get the excursions cheaper. You can get the drink packages cheaper. You know, so cruising early. When school's in session, so there's not as many kids. Things like that are going to save you a lot of money. You know, Number two is cut out the specialty dining. If you don't need to the specialty dining, then don't do it. There is plenty of free food options or plenty of food options that are already included in your cruise fare. Uh, Take advantage of them. You will not go hungry. You will not go thirsty. And if you want to do the specialty dining, by all means, feel free. A lot of them are very good, but you certainly do not have to. Number three is skip the Royal Caribbean excursions. You know, with a disclaimer, they always tell you, it's better off to book with them because they guarantee you won't miss the ship. But, seasoned cruisers will likely tell you, yes, it's a possibility, but if you plan and research properly, it's going to save you, a lot of money to book with a third party, and you might even have a better experience. So do your homework when it comes to shore excursions. Number four, and this is something we do, is you can do your own laundry. And what we do is we bring these little Tide packets. So it's just small packets of liquid detergent, and we wash our incidentals in the sink in the cabin. You can then put the solution in, wash several items of clothing with it, rinse them out real well, and then hang them up in the bathroom. Worked for us. It saves you from having to pack a whole lot of extra clothing. And it saves you money from not having to purchase their laundry services for you because you can't. There's no coin operated laundry services on Royal Caribbean. So think about it. Number five goes along with cruising early in the season with number one is to book early to get your best price on the cruise, and a lot of times that's 18 months before your cruise even happens. Along with that is book last minute. Sometimes they have last minute deals that they want to go ahead and fill those cabins. You're sometimes we'll be able to find pretty good deals last minute. But again, be prepared if that's a cruise you really want to go on, it might not have availability. So number six is going to be book the lowest cabin you are comfortable in. If you are comfortable in an interior cabin, by all means, go ahead and book that. I would suggest you do not book a guaranteed interior cabin, just because a lot of times Royal Caribbean is very famous for overbooking their cruises, and sometimes you run the risk of not being able to get in on that ship. Now they'll make amends and give you either cruise credit or they'll make it up to you in some way. But again, if you are comfortable with just booking an interior, book an interior where you get to pick the room. Um, and then what you can do is play the upgrade game. Either you can call them and say, hey, we booked an interior. What's the current price on the Notion View? And sometimes, it's beneficial to go ahead and upgrade that way. You can also upgrade through the Royal Up program. Now you have to be invited into that program, and quite often you are. Um, as like I said earlier, Royal Caribbean is very good about making rooms available when certain ones haven't sold out, and other ones have. Okay, so my suggestion is if you're in an interior cabin and you get invited into the Royal Up program, just bid on the next level up. Don't try to overshoot the program. A lot of times those won't get accepted. You'll get lucky, but a lot of times they won't. You have a greater chance of your bid being accepted when it's just one level up from yours. Now, let's say you go ahead and win that bid. They're going to whatever you bid is going to be charged immediately, and you'll be moved into that next level up cabin. It's quite possibly if that happens early enough, you might have the option to bid on yet another level up. Just my suggestion is just keep an eye on it and understand the fine details of what you're actually bidding on. Okay. And what I was alluding to before is keep track of your pricing for your cabin. If you've booked that into your cabin and you notice, a couple months down the road that now ocean view cabins are cheaper than what you paid for your interior cabin, you can call them and get either the bump up to the ocean view cabin or made up that price in some other way, whether it be on board and credit, or yeah, maybe it's just onboard credit for that, or maybe they give you a refund, or they lower your price. That'll have to be up to Royal Caribbean, but a lot of times they will work on you. Will work with you on that. Number 7, forego the deluxe drink package. Now, if you're a pretty good drinker, I mean, a heavy drinker, then maybe the deluxe drink package is worth it for you and will save you money because that includes your alcohol, includes your soda, your juices, milkshakes, specialty coffees, but it doesn't include Starbucks, anything like that. But now, when it comes to the deluxe drink package, everybody who's 21 or over in your cabin needs to purchase that. Now, there are some ways around that, but you're going to have to call Royal Caribbean for that, and they may let the other person in your cabin, if they're not a drinker or a heavy drinker, they may let them just get the refreshment package or the soda package. But again, you're going to have to call Royal Caribbean for that one, and you can't always guarantee that they will allow that exception. So my advice, like for us, I'm not a drinker at all. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink sodas. So it's not worth it for us to get, for either one of us to get the deluxe drink package. My wife will get the soda package, and we will pay for any alcoholic beverages that she wants a la carte. And it saves us a lot of money doing it that way. Number 8, and this is a doozy, and this is one that could save you thousands if you end up needing it, and that's travel insurance. Your travel insurance usually only costs a couple $100 to insure your trip. But if for some reason you need that either medically when you're at sea, that's going to save you several thousand dollars just having spent a couple $100 at the beginning of your cruise for this. Okay, so I suggest looking into travel insurance. Make sure you know the ins and outs of it, whatever policy you're going to choose, and it's like I've said in other videos. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay. All right. Number 9, and this is one that we like to do, is waiting until that final payment date to make your final payment. And the reason I say that is so that you can price adjust if you notice the price of your cruise has come down. If you've made your final payment, they won't allow it. I mean, you can pay off your cruise now and they might give you some sort of discount for doing so. But if the price drops drastically during that window and you've already made your final payment, they're not going to let you do it. So I suggest waiting until the week before, 2 weeks before that window when you need to make your final payment. So that way you have all the options in price adjusting. Okay. But do not forget to make that final payment. If you do, they will cancel your cruise and you won't get the non-refundable money back. Number 10, keep an eye on the kids sale free promos. Okay, so that's another one that could save you several $100s. If you got a lot of kids, that is going to be quite a bit of money. Okay, so when you're researching your cruise or you're talking to your travel agent, check to see if they're running a kids sale free promo. Number 11 is prepaying your gratuities. So I'll give you for instance. Right now, Royal Caribbean just raised their daily gratuity from $18 to $18.50. Not a whole lot of money, but when you're spreading it over, 4, 5 people, that makes a difference. So if you've booked your cruise several months ago, all right, and you prepaid your gratuities, you're not now going to be charged for it, even though your sale date is after the fact when they raised the prices. So pay attention to those. We always recommend prepaying gratuities. The staff works very hard for it, and they honestly deserve it, in our opinion. Number 12, take advantage of the onboard credit opportunities. The promos, depending on which promo you are looking at, may have a significant discount or significant onboard credit. Okay, it may range from $25 to $100. I've seen $150 onboard credits, and you can use your onboard credits to pay for gratuities as well if you haven't already prepaid. Onboard credit can be used for just about everything. You can even use that in the casino. So make sure you're talking to your travel agent, or if you're booking yourself, find out what the details are on the onboard credit. Now, usually it does depend on the level of room that you book on how much onboard credit you're going to receive. Number 13 is going to be avoid the onboard spending traps. So when I say that is a lot of times, they want to charge you for, fresh squeezed orange juice, or they're having some sort of promo in the shops. Not necessarily, they may be cheaper. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you have a budget, stick to it and don't allow yourself to spend on those other items if it's going to put you past your budget. So, and that's what I'm referring to when I talk about the spending traps. They may be great prices, but if it doesn't fit into your budget, it's a trap. Okay? Okay, number 14, and this is a doozy. Now, this one's going to save you quite a bit of money when you get home from your cruise, and that's putting your phone in airplane mode. You will not get cell service when you're out at sea. You may get it when you get to a port, depending on your carrier, but when you're out at sea, you're not going to get cell service. And if you don't put it in airplane mode, all those roaming charges are going to be added to your bill. When you get home, you're in for one heck of a surprise. So do yourself a favor, put that phone in airplane mode as soon as you get on the ship. Number 15 is somewhat of a bonus item, and it usually applies to someone who is already on their cruise or has cruised already. And that's utilizing the casino rewards program to your advantage. And this is what we do. We were able to get on to Utopia of the Seas as a comp cruise. And what I mean by that is the base fare of the cruise is comped by Royal Caribbean's Casino Royale program. So we don't have to pay that. What we have to pay are taxes and port fees. That's it. Now, since we have to fly to the destination, it'll cost us that money as well, but the cruise fare price has been comped. What we did on our previous cruise was we allocated a certain amount of money that we were going to spend in the casino. We signed up for the rewards program, and you can usually just do this on site, and just by start planning, it will automatically enroll you. But you want to verify that, and you can do that with the casino host. Make sure that you're getting the points that you need. We spent a certain amount of money, and we were able to get to a certain tier point on that cruise. I have a whole nother video, and I'll link that here, that you can look over how exactly we did it. But if you utilize those Royal Caribbean Casino Royale rewards points, that could save you hundreds or maybe not thousands on future cruises, because once you get to a certain level of those points, they're going to send you offers to book other cruises. And quite honestly, we've gotten probably 30, 35 offers in the past 6, 7 months. Now, those are ones that we could book every single time, and all that we have to pay is the taxes and port fees, and then the rest of the cruise fare is comp. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit into our schedule, so we book the ones we can. We have the one coming up here in February. We got another one coming up in April, and then we're going to use those offers to book some over the summer for us. So I hope that you found this information beneficial. Like I said, you could save hundreds, if not thousands, by following these steps. So, I hope, when it comes to sailing with Royal Caribbean, that these money saving secrets have been beneficial to you. Um, One other thing this bonus item, give you this free of charge, is that could save you money on your upcoming cruise is by subscribing to this channel. We got a lot of great information that we give out to you. It costs you nothing, just maybe a little bit of your time watching, maybe a thumbs up for liking the video, but it helps us grow. It helps us keep you informed. We absolutely love doing this. Again, we appreciate you. We thank you. And if this has been helpful and informative, leave us a comment below and swing into adventure.